real concrete, information about the season. So hopefully by the next show we'll have that,
I think by the next show,
which would be mid-March. The next slot, unless they give me another slot here. I've been asking CTV for another live slot. I've been getting a lot of hits. I mean, we're all over the world now, Frank.
Well,
come on, I got YouTube hits like crazy here.
Yeah,
we got 1 million hits on YouTube.
Wow.
All right, you got people in Italy, Germany, France, all over the world. You got Brooklyn too.
Well, yeah, we're
You know what I
hitting all over the city, like you said.
1 million hits on YouTube.
You got
Canada, Toronto. We got Frankie. We got Frank Balanzano. He's our Canadian reporter with the soccer, right? He gives us the.
And I believe you have a little bit of a connection in Florida as well.
I think we got another call coming in. Okay, caller, you're on Solo Rush Soccer Report.
Hey, John, Frank, it's Benny. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Benny? How's everything?
Not bad. I got one question. They're saying you can't play on Miller Field. Is there a reason why? What is their explanation why?
Well, Benny, like I just said a few minutes ago, I was told that we can't play on that field. It's contaminated. Like I said, I'll be shocked if we can't use that field for the whole spring. I'm waiting for more information from the league.
You got to remember, I live right by there, and there's people on the field every day walking dogs and playing football and stuff. If it's contaminated, shut it down. Put signs up.
Right, yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, we're just going to wait another month here, I think. I mean, then, we'll hopefully find out some more information about that. I just tried to contact Bill Smith himself tonight. No information. I got nothing, so.
I heard, last I heard, he's working hard on trying to find other fields to play on.
Right, that's what
I heard. That's
right,
the last word.
Right, that's the same information we got. They're scrambling right now to look for spots all over the island. Why they can't use Miller Field? I mean, they're saying it's contaminated, but like you said, you saw people on there, so I mean.
Every day I see people walking dogs, and they're on the field. So if it's contaminated, put some signs up and put a warning out there that it is.
Right, a warning, right. Like I said, we're waiting. We're gonna wait and see. I know they had a meeting tonight. All the board members, all the directors had a meeting tonight, so we'll see.
Because if there's not a season going on, I'm gonna take the team and go to Brooklyn.
No, well, there definitely is gonna be a season. Petrides is putting up lights on their field so they could play some late games. I'm assuming for the older teams. So. There is going to be a season. We just don't know where you're going to be as far as practicing. You're going to have to probably find your own place to go practice.
So what do you think about the biggest upset today?
Well, yeah, we're gonna get to that right now. I mean, the whole world, had Barcelona today. You're referring, I'm sure, to Milan, Barcelona, like I said to you the other day, I believe, and. Yeah, I mean, the best player in the world, I think, I don't want to say the word, it's a family show, but he's full of baloney, okay? That Messi guy is not the best player in the world.
Well, the coach from Milan said they were going to stop him, and he did.
Yeah, somebody on my Facebook, actually, Ludovico Masucci put on a post, which he's 100% right. Barcelona, the whole team plays for Messi, okay? Now, I'd rather have a guy, this is Masucci speaking, I'd rather have a guy like Pirlo that sets up people. He's a playmaker. You follow?
Yeah, they wore themselves out today. They wanted to keep possession all game. They wore themselves out. They had possession. Yeah, they did have possession, but no chances at scoring, hardly.
Right, but that first goal, I believe it was a handball, all due respect to the game.
Definitely was a handball, but I'm saying maybe the referee thought it wasn't intentional and he just let it go.
You know what? I'm rooting for Milan. I'm not saying, but I don't know why he let it go, but he should have called that off. He should have called that. That clearly was a handball. So,
yeah,
but you know what? Those are the breaks.
Thinking, but, hey.
Those are the breaks of the games. You take them. That's all.
And they scored another goal too on top of that, so nobody could say it was just that goal.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to Spain up 2-0, and they basically could go there. Went out now. Don't forget, they did play today without their best player, I think, which is Super Mario. and hopefully they'll have him for the second leg, which is, I believe, on March 13th.
No, I heard he's not allowed to play because he played in the tournament with Manchester United, so I don't think he's allowed in this tournament.
Oh, he might not be allowed to play at all with Milan for the UEFA Cup. Okay, all right.
That's what I heard today. That's why he can't play.
I don't like that rule, but I guess if that's what it is, that's what it is. He's on fire when he's playing in the league games. I think he's got 3 goals in a couple of games.
I mean, all I heard, too, all day on XM radio that Milan had no chance. Barcelona's the best in the world. So,
Benny, just like I do, soccer, anyone can win at any time. Okay, if you play your game and you shut people down like you're supposed to, I mean, yeah, he's a great player, but the best in the world is he's not the best player in the world. There's no way. All right, Benny, any last words?
Yeah, nothing. We've been practicing every week, my team, in the gym.
Right.
And we're waiting for word on the season. Like I said, if the season don't go on, I'm going to bring them to Brooklyn, to your buddies over there.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Bring them to the Fial. Yeah, I mean, they play all year round. That's the good thing about them. I mean, well, fortunately for them, they didn't get hit by Sandy, so nothing was destroyed for them by Sandy. So
hey, Frank, so I was hanging with the Hulkster again this past December.
Yeah, I saw. I'm so jealous. He's the one guy one wrestler that I've always wanted to meet.
Listen, what's going on with this?
Crossed paths.
What's going on with this Hulkamania stuff? Stop already. The guy's 90 years old.
It's still running wild. I don't care.
Still running wild. Hulkamania will live forever.
Come on.
Whether he's in a wheelchair, a walker, or anything in between.
Giorgio Canaglia will live forever. Forget about the Hulk.
He's the real GM.
Well, it's coming on April 1st is when he passed away, so that's coming up soon, his anniversary, Giorgio Canaglia's death.
Right. As you know, we're playing his song here every day, every show.
So a lot of good pictures they post on his Facebook page, bringing back a lot of memories.
Yeah, he was the best. He was one of the best, one of the best players that ever played for New York, at least,
Benny, real quick, that you mentioned wrestling. I don't want to take over John's soccer show here.
Well, go right ahead.
What do you think about Bruno, Benny?
About time. He deserves it to be in the Hall of Fame. So I'm glad he settled his differences with Vince McMahon, and that's a man that there's no Hall of Fame without Bruno in it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Wait a second. There's a Hall of Fame for wrestling? Really?
Yes.
Freaking fake.
There's more than one, actually.
It's fake.
There's the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and there's the WWE Hall of Fame, not to mention all these other halls.
But isn't that all?
I'm hearing, too, that the WWE, they're in the works of making a real building for the Hall of Fame.
That would be something that I'd be looking forward to.
Wait, where's the building
whenever
now?
You go, Benny, you just let me know, because I'll be right behind you.
Where's the Hall of Fame now? In Frank's basement?
There's no building now. It's just on paper.
It's in Frank's basement, the Hall of Fame. All his plaques, the wrestlers.
I'll take it. I got all my plaques. I got all my Classics figures.
Hey, Frank, just to let you know, April 5th, TNA will be in Westbury, Long Island. And special appearance by the Hulkster. He will attend.
I got to check that out. So, in other words, they're invading WWE territory during WrestleMania time.
Weekend. Yeah, they're coming that same weekend.
Wow, that's interesting. With WrestleMania,
you guys
coming to
listen. You guys got to come. You got to call in the Thursday night. There's a wrestling show on Thursday nights. I think it's beyond.
We'll make this show anything you want to talk about.
No, that's fine. But we're gonna make it. I think it's beyond the square. If I'm not right, Brian.
The square
There's a
circle?
wrestling show. I think it's on Thursday nights. Yeah, you guys got to definitely join that program.
Yeah, no,
All
definitely.
right, Benny, I just got some things to wrap up before we go. Any last words?
Good luck.
All right, Benny. That's Benny from
All right, take care. Bye.
St. Margaret Mary.
Yes, the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, yeah.
Have a good night, brother.
All right, so, Frank, let's, we got another 15 minutes to go here. What's going on in the world now? We're going to cover the world. As you can see behind us, we got Buffon going on, right?
Yeah.
What's going on in the world of soccer?
The world of soccer. We got
the world of soccer.
Napoli captain Marek Hamsik robbed at gunpoint outside.
Never
the
even
Court
heard of it.
Stadium.
I mean, his name is like he was robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah, on his way to the airport. Apparently, he was.
Where was he going? To the airport?
Yeah, and he was blocked by 3 masked individuals.
You know what? In all honesty, no kidding aside, soccer is like in Europe. It's just it could be dangerous. It could be dangerous. I mean, you don't hear that about baseball players here in the States, do you? Like getting held up and stuff like that.
You know what it is? It's just
Football players.
You know, as I hate to say it this way, but as gruesome as people think that the United States is, unfortunately, there's a lot of countries out there where anything goes, and you know what? Not everyone gets a fair trial in the United States.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit here and make believe that they do.
Especially in the state of Texas.
But there are some real crooked things going on in other governments with some real big cover-ups. And you know what? Sometimes these people get away with it. And
Yes. I mean, it's just, that's scary to have, really. I mean, did they say that anything was stolen? Did they rob him of anything?
They took his Rolex watch.
His watch, yeah.
You know, and he just called the police. But it's the 3rd time he said that something like this has happened to him.
Hey, you know what? Maybe it's time to hire a bodyguard.
You know, his wife's been targeted a few years ago. So, yeah, you're right.
I think it's time to hire. I mean, he's playing on a big club. I'm sure he's making money.
Yeah.
It's time for a bodyguard. I mean, 3 times? And,
Yeah.
And now that your family's getting, threatened.
Unfortunately.
All right, so sticking with the Italian League, I'm just going to go over the standings here. I mean, obviously, we go back to what the caller called up about and mentioned about Milan today. Is huge.
Yeah.
Huge game, Frank. And again, I'm just going to spend about 20 seconds on this guy, Messi. What has he done on the World Cup stage? Nothing. Okay? His country won the World Cup with Spain.
Yeah.
That's fine. But has he scored goals? That's what that's the big question. What he does with Barcelona and Spain, Frank, he probably plays against a bunch of like second-class players,
But didn't we just have a conversation in the green room back there, and how a whole bunch of people thought he was the best player in the world?
Yeah, best nothing.
You know?
I'll take. There's 10 players right off the bat I can name over him, and like Benny was saying, they got shut down. They got worn out. If you're the best player, if people are saying you're the best player, and I already spent more time than I wanted on this topic, if they're saying that you're the best player in the world, like Jordan was in basketball, right? He won. He made a difference, right? How come he didn't score a goal today against a team that was supposed to do nothing today? Was supposed to get, So anyhow, in soccer, you shut down. You play a good defensive game, you're going to shut down even so-called best player in the world. So moving right along, we're going to stick with Serie A, Frank. Since Milan did acquire Mario Balotelli, which is the player that we were discussing earlier also, and that cannot play in this tournament because he played with a different club.
Yeah.
It's a crazy rule, but I guess it is what it is. Milan has actually made some moves now. They're in 3rd place in Serie A. Juventus is still on top, number 1. And Napoli, that you just mentioned, the captain they're in 2nd place. It looks like it's a tight race, and it might go down to probably the last couple of weeks. 55 points for Juventus. Napoli's got 51. They tied last weekend, I noticed that. And Milan is sitting in 3rd place with 44, tied with Lazio. So don't forget, 3 points for a win. They have, I believe, looking at 9 games, possibly 10 games left. Between 9 and, I would say between 8 and 10 games left in the season. So these 3 clubs, and even 4, you want to throw in Inter Milan. That's, there's 2 clubs in Milan.
Yeah.
You have AC Milan and you have Inter Milan. Inter has 42 points, so they're still alive and trying to win the Scudetto, as they call it in Italy. So that'll wrap up Serie A, Frank. Getting to U.S. There we go. That's Super Mario right there. and unfortunately can't play in this. I thought today he was going to make a big difference if he was able to play.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What a shot. And, speaking of him, staying on that topic with Mario, unfortunately, once again, fans from other clubs, I would say about 2 weeks ago, made some racial remarks towards him. I thought maybe we'd get past this racist thing. And if you notice, like in World Cup games and even just in any kind of FIFA game, they come out with a flag saying, fair game or fair play or no racism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But fans still want to come out and, make racist remarks. Well, I know what happened to Mario a couple weeks ago. It also happened in England. Same thing about a few weeks ago. It's just ridiculous, I think, really, with the racist remarks. And as you can see, I am supporting Milan right now, and I'm hoping they could at least get past this Barcelona the round of 16. All right, you know what? We're going to bring in for the next couple minutes Brian LaPayower to see what he has on his plate in the world of soccer. Brian LaPayower, welcome to the show.
Okay, John, thank you.
How you doing, Brian?
Frank, how are you?
How are you?
Brian,
First off, before we begin,
Let's go.
I want to wish to both of you a happy anniversary
Yes.
because the both of you have been on. It's been over 1 year now since the program's been on.
Thank you for
Thank
that,
you,
Brian.
Brian.
Yes,
Yeah.
We'll be expecting a cake later.
It's
There'll
exactly
definitely be a cake
1
later.
year that we're
Yeah.
producing this show. Yes, and today's show number 20. Right. Exactly. So, Brian, what's going on? Any information can you give us about the world of soccer going on right now?
There's not really much.
There's
I
not
mean,
really
you have
much.
the World Cup.
Wrong. You're wrong. There's plenty. You never say wrong.
I didn't say wrong yet.
Never say there's nothing much. There's always something going on.
Well,
Remember,
yeah, that's true.
Soccer is a world sport, year round. Okay.
Well, especially when they cheat.
Well, cheat. Wait.
Cheat.
Where are you getting cheat from?
I've heard
Who's
they've been.
cheat-
I've heard they've been cheating.
Oh, you're referring to today's handball non-call.
Yeah.
Well, that's not cheating.
Well,
You
yeah.
never know if the referee got paid off.
Exactly.
You never know. Referees do get. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding about that.
Okay.
Brian.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna jump from Milan right to the USA women's national team
Okay.
because I'm not gonna discuss the men right now. I'm not even gonna say it.
Why? What's wrong with the men?
Let's stick to the women first.
Okay.
Okay, they're a lot prettier. That's why.
That's true.
Now, Kristen Heap, I believe is her name. Kristen Heap made her debut versus Scotland a couple weeks ago.
Where's she from?
She's from California.
Oh, I guess we know what she does what she does in a side job besides playing soccer.
What's that?
That'll be raising sheep.
All right. Well, I don't know about that, but I do know this. She scored 2 goals in her debut with the U.S. national team.
Really?
Now,
Did she play soccer in a barn or something?
no, you know what? That's what I got you for. You got to do the backup,
Yeah.
the digging. But the second game that she played, Brian, she wasn't even in the starting lineup. Now, you would think that's like a smack in the,
Yeah.
like an insult
Right.
for a player to make a debut.
Well, it depends on the coach.
Well,
the
the
coach
This
makes
is
the
it. I
decisions.
thought he made a brilliant move by not starting her. This is how you test a player. Okay, so all right, so this player comes up, scores 2 goals in her debut, right?
Yeah.
So you got another game 4 days later. You don't put her in the starting lineup. She's on the bench, right? She's probably, who knows what really went on, because we're not, right? So she's probably upset maybe. Oh, why isn't this guy starting me? All right, so what does she do? She comes off the bench and she puts another ball in the net. So now what is she showing you as a coach? What is she showing you? She's showing you, A, she could score throughout the 90 minutes, right? She could score. B, she could come off the bench and put a goal in for you if you need. So you could use her, any which way. Some players might have folded and went into a shell and, got upset and took it the wrong way by being not in the starting lineup.
So how do you compare her to Hope Solo?
You don't compare her to Hope Solo. She's a lot younger,
Yeah.
a lot prettier. No.
So
A lot
Zornback.
younger. Who's that?
So is Wambach.
No, she's old. She's considered old. She's on her way
No, not
out.
Wambach. Who's the other one? The 21-year-old Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan, which
That's right.
she hurt her ankle. She missed the second game of this year. By the way, the United States is 2-0. They beat Scotland twice.
Okay.
On their way now to Portugal to
Just
play.
remember, they wear kilts, not skirts. It's a kilt.
Kilts, right?
People
So
don't,
Okay, Roddy Piper.
2-0, 2-0 USA Women's,
Right.
and Mark. Remember this name, Kristen Heap. Right, you heard it here first. Solar Rush Soccer Report. She's the new up-and-coming star because, like I said, Wambach on her way out, right?
Mhm.
But she's gonna
What's she
break.
look like?
I don't have a photo of her here, but I do have a picture. We all know what Amy looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she scored a goal. She's chasing Mia Hamm's record,
Oh,
which I
Ham.
believe is 209 goals, somewhere in that vicinity. She's like 5 goals away
Really?
from breaking that record, and that's going to be huge when she does that, which is probably going to be soon, within the next couple of months. She'll have her own record, and then she's going to. I would say she's probably got a couple years left. She's probably stretching it because she wants to win a World Cup. She's sticking around, and you know what? If she's producing,
Yeah.
if you want to play, you play. All right, so the U.S. women's team. If there's a dynasty, Frank, I think we discussed this. I called up your show. If there's a dynasty team, it's the U.S. women's national team in soccer. If there's any type of a dream team, America's team, this women's team is that team, hands down.
Yeah.
Now you wanted to get on
How
to the
come
men.
there's no intergender team?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe you want to call up the U.S. Soccer Federation and ask them that.
Or maybe we should ask FIFA a question.
FIFA. Well, you can ask FIFA too. Jumping to the men's side.
Okay.
Disappointment. They played a game against Honduras, right? And
Oh, Honduras. I remember back in 2000.
had a 1-0 lead in that game. This is for the World Cup qualifying matches now. Okay.
Yeah.
Granted, it was on the road, but in my mind, they have to win a game when you
I
score
was about
first.
to say back in 2009, Honduras lost badly to Spain.
Yeah. Well, that was in 2009. Well, Spain's the top, one of the top
Oh yeah.
countries in the world.
Especially they were out in what country they had were there? I think Ghana? No, Kenya.
Ghana, what, the World Cup?
No, the World Cup 2009. They were in Africa.
2010.
2010.
Yes.
Guyana?
Right. So
Yeah, the Shakira song.
back to the men's team,
What's up?
Brian.
Yeah.
What's the problem with the men's? What's the problem?
We don't know.
For the life of me, are they ever going to get it together? I mean, they still have time. Now, they got 9 games left.
Mm-hmm.
The top 2 teams, I believe it's a...
Well, you can compare it to
I believe
the,
it's a 14
You
group.
can compare it to Manchester United, the English teams, Manchester United, the Tottenham
No,
team,
you can't.
or
Definitely can't.
what's another one? Arsenal.
Yeah, no, those are club teams. We're talking about
Right.
national teams with the U.S. And you know what? If they played the women's team and the men's team, I put my money on the women's team. Really.
Why is that?
They just play with so much more heart, I think.
Yeah, but
I mean, it won't
there's
be a
more
fair
aggression in
game.
the men's team. Come
Yeah, it
on
won't be
now.
fair because obviously the men are stronger and stuff like that,
Right.
but I still think they put up a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
I put my money on the women's team. But the next game...
I just don't know why if you get a yellow card for tripping. I mean, come on, in soccer. I mean, really, it's all part of the game.
No,
You have to be-
tripping is tripping is not part of soccer. If you trip someone, you're gonna get a card. You could get a red card and get tossed at the
No,
same time.
if you bleed, you get a red card.
No, you could get a red card by just tripping somebody.
Especially
Especially
if it
from
was
behind.
What if it was non-accidental? What if? I mean, think about
It's
it.
all up to the referee's discretion. Just like today's non-handball,
Mm-hmm.
and so that actually led to a goal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Getting back to the U.S. team.
One last thing I do want to bring up.
Yes, sir.
You said on the top of the show that you said Miller Field might be contaminated.
Yes, well, with the sewage
Yeah.
and the seawater, I believe that flowed right across Miller, I guess.
What about the sand? Don't forget, there's also sand too.
Yeah, well, like you said, like you heard the caller say earlier, that there are people going on to the field,
Yeah.
walking their dogs and whatnot. So, I mean, I haven't been down there myself, so I really don't know
I haven't been
what
either.
condition it's in. But I did see the field on Father Capodanno that, I mean, there was mountains of sand that 4 feet high
Yeah.
that they were sweeping together and stuff. So there was a lot of sand that came
Right.
onto the street. So, I mean, priorities have to come first. I mean, obviously, people's homes need to get fixed before we,
By any chance, would your Richmond Town Rush go against the Saint Margaret Mary's Bulldogs?
I don't think we can, only because they're a lot older than us and bigger and stronger. We don't.
Why should that matter?
Well, it should matter because I'm dealing with 8-year-old girls, and
Well, they're going to be 9 soon.
they'll be 9 this year,
Right,
right?
because
But I
it's
just
called
think
under 9.
we don't want anyone to get hurt.
Right.
That's the whole thing. You're trying to avoid that. You don't want no one to get
And
hurt.
then next year you'll be U10.
September will be U10.
But they'll be U12.
Yeah, it's just never gonna match up.
Okay, so
I mean, we did it once. We were happy that worked out well. Both teams got a good workout. And
What about
stuff.
your other favorite team?
But there's a bigger discrepancy,
Right.
I guess, is the point between like 5 and 6-year-olds and 10 and 12-year-old.
Yeah.
What about
as you get older?
What about the other team? What about the St. Charles Comanche? What about them?
Well, St. Charles Comanche, we played them, and basically
Anytime rematch.
we stuck
Anytime.
it to them. Basically, it was 3-0. I was refereeing that game, and I had told Frank, because Frank was coaching.
What?
I says, Frank, dump the bench. Basically, meaning get all the top players out. It's 3-0. We don't want to
So
embarrass
Frank
them.
was the only coach for the game?
We don't want to embarrass anybody. Yeah, Frank was the coach, and
Where was your other assistant coach? Where was Demi Jean?
no, she was unavailable that day. And speaking
Sure.
of Demi Jean, we're
Yeah,
gonna have
sure.
her back, for the spring season, and she's also bringing in the player also.
Oh, really?
And we'll see. Hopefully, well, like you heard earlier in the show, we lost one of our best players, so we're trying to make up for that.
I still don't understand the video part. I don't understand you said video. I mean, what video? I never heard of that video.
What's that? What?
You said video.
Yeah, no.
You said video. I heard you said video.
We have to roll back the tape on that. We'll
Yeah,
have to roll
but you
back.
said video. I know you did.
So, getting back to that game, that scrimmage that we played the Comanche, up
Yeah.
3-0. Make a long story short, basically I wanted them to tie it up. This way
Yeah.
everyone's happy. Everyone goes home happy. The game, the final score was 3-3.
Of course.
But anytime they want to rematch me, the coach knows my number.
Yeah.
All right, guys, the song is an indication that the show is over, and an hour flies by. Thank you to the callers. Thank you, Frank, for coming on the show again.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you, Brian, for all your work behind the scenes.
Welcome. Thank you. Once again,
And
happy
fun.
anniversary.
Thank you again, and thank you everyone at home for watching Solar Rush Soccer Report. I'm John Conteduca. We'll see you next time.
Yes, I'm the best. I'm the best in all the world. I'm the strongest of them all. I'm football crazy. I'm football crazy. I'm football crazy. Sunday night, matches through.